Hey, 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 welcome, welcome. It's Friday Reads Live. I'm Dee Dee from Brown Goat Reading, and we're here today to talk about what we're reading today, Friday, this weekend, and sometimes into the following week. So let me see who's in the chat. We have Elena, I think it is. Finished reading The Girl Who the Hornet's Nest. Ooh, that's a good trilogy, that one right there. And now going to be reading The Dead Zone by Stephen King. Okay, yeah, I'm not very much into reading Stephen King. I don't even think I've read one Stephen King novel. I just don't think it's my cup of tea, and that's why I haven't really gone into that. Welcome, you are very welcome. Thanks for coming in to tell us what you're reading. We have some really great book discussions on here. So, oh, we have Rosa in the chat and Tracy. Welcome, welcome. Happy Friday. All right. So, hey, Cher, how are you? Party to you. Still reading The Rice Mother. I have that one on my TBR, The Rice Mother. And I was hoping to get to it this year because it fit one of the prompts on the Something Bookish reading challenge. I might actually get to that one eventually, hopefully. It's historical fiction, yes, set in Penang, Malaysia, and sad but whimsical and atmospheric. And that's here. Hey, Latrice, how are you? Welcome. Happy Friday. Hey, DL. Read Dolores Claiborne by Stephen King. Okay, it was a good book and not even really scary. Okay, I mean, not all his books are scary, so yeah, I'm not too surprised by that. Hey, Bertie, how are you? Happy Friday. Bertie is rereading Angels and Demons. I like that Dan Brown. Angels and Demons is a really good one. I'm not like I don't mind reading a Dan Brown. I'll read a Dan Brown. I mean, it's good usually. Although I feel like Angels and Demons is probably one of my faves of all of his books. I think it's written really well, that one. Also, she's reading for the first time The Golden Compass from Philip Pullman. Yeah, that's like a classic, I guess, to a certain extent. Then it was, let's see. Hello, I'm Lola. How are you? Happy Friday. Rosa says she's finishing up Man by Anna Burns. That's an excellent novel. She says it's excellent about life during the Troubles in Ireland. So good. Yeah, it is. Hey Tracy. Tracy said she finished Pigtails and Breadfruit, a culinary memoir by Austin Clark. Yeah, I like Austin Clark. And she's in the middle of the fantasies of future things by Doug Jones. Okay, very nice. Amalola says to DL, I think there's a movie of Dolores Claiborne. Really cool. Yeah, I hadn't heard about that one. Latrice says she's reading fantasy this weekend. Okay. Currently listening to The Eye of the World or Wheel of Time series. Okay. By Robert Jordan and Blood Over Brighthaven by M.L. Wang. Okay. All right. Well, enjoy yourself this weekend. Bertie says Dan Brown is just kind of like brain. Yeah, it's the same. It's, I mean, it's not always good. Like this, I've read all of them, but Angel, I think is one of the ones that I really, really enjoyed. And when I read Angels and Demons, we were in Italy, so that heightened the whole experience. So yeah. Cher said to Rose, I keep hearing good things about Milk and Milk is a great book. Definitely a must read. I think you would like it, Cher. Hey Nicole, happy Friday. Halfway through The Vanishing Half. Okay, very nice. You abandoned the bond woman's narrative. Yeah, I mean, I can understand you not connecting with it, but I think we had a really good discussion over it, even though as a book club, We didn't enjoy the reading experience, but we enjoyed aspects of the book and we understand the importance of the novel. So it's a win-win, it's a win-win in all the same. Okay, so Dale said finish People of Means by Nancy Johnson. Don't have to review it, so I'm not going to. Okay, I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. All right. All right. DL said, just started A Dead Draw, okay, by Robert, is it Dugoni? I never heard of this writer before. Number one is Tracy Cross White series, The Police Procedure. Okay, I like the title, A Dead Draw. That sounds interesting. Katrina, welcome. Happy Friday. Katrina says, she's reading Matriarch by T. Knowles. Okay, yeah. Everybody seems to be reading that one. Adele said yes. Dolores Claiborne stars the incredible Kathy Bates. Oh, okay. Yeah, that must be cool then. Bertie said being in Italy while reading that must have been, yeah, it was. It was very it heightened the whole experience because you have this, almost everywhere you go there's a church, and then a lot of the stuff is happening in the church. Like they find the priest, murdered in a horrible way, exposed in a church. So it just kind of heightened that whole experience. Yeah, I liked it. I liked it. Tracy said started in open contempt, confronting white supremacy in art and public spaces by Irvin Withersby Jr. for Buddy Reed, and Zeal by Morgan Jerkins for Buddy Reed as well. I can't wait till Zeal comes out. I'm interested in that one for sure. Amalua says just finished Caucasia by Dan Z. Senna. I've started the third night's, is it night? No, Kingsbridge book, which is the what's called the Pillars of the Earth series. A Column of Fire by Ken Follett, and start The Violent Conspiracy by Brendan Slocum, I guess it is. Slocum. Oh, in Dallas. Okay. I did not read The Violent Conspiracy. I don't know. I just wasn't drawn to it enough. So I didn't pick that one up. Amalula says to DL, yes, I remember it. Kathy Bates is incredible. Okay, so Tracy says Amalula, Caucasia was something else, right? That's another on my yard, but I haven't read that one yet. Mm. So what am I reading? I'm still reading The Factory. It's still very good, but it is 832 pages. And I'm going to be starting Le Rouge et Noir, Red and Black by Stendhal, which is my May read in French with Anna. And I'm going to be reading The New Internationals by David Wright Faladay. This one just came out not so long ago. Love this cover. Super cover there on this one. I have high hopes for this one. I hope it's not going to disappoint me. That's all I gotta say. I hope it's not going to disappoint me because I really do have high hopes for this new one. Now, Faladay has written other books. This is not a new one. He wrote a book called Fire on the Beach, Away Running, and Black Cloud Rising. He's written 3 books before. So yeah, we're gonna see. It's not long, this book. It seems like it's maybe like it's not even 300 pages, like 296 pages. So yeah, I have high hopes for this new one. We're gonna see. This one is going really well. Excellent read. This one I have high hopes for as well. So we're gonna see. That's where I am. Okay. Okay, Melissa says, I want to know what it's like to live in the average household. Yeah, I'm sure it's very funny. Yeah, and Tracy agrees as well. Rosa says Kathy Bates was in Misery. Yeah, she was in Misery. Rosa said she read Misery and Rose Matter by Stephen King a long, long, long time ago, but she liked them both. Never read anything else by Stephen King. I'm Alyssa to DL. Oh no, I'm signed up to go hear him talk about his newest book. Okay, that's good. Look, Amalola's catching all the authors when they come in her way. She ain't missing nobody. Nobody. I hope it goes well. I hope it goes well that it's it won't be as problematic as the other one you went to that was kind of difficult. Let's see. Berta said the only thing I enjoyed reading Stephen King was everybody talks about this book 11/22/63. My husband read that one. He really liked it as well. Um, had to read it in a college course. Wow. What kind of college course was that where you had to read 11/22/63? Dear, I'm a little sure he's fine. I am just not that into wait, violin based fiction. Can only take so much of that. Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to think if I read anything with someone playing the violin. I don't think maybe I have read something, but I just don't remember. I had to think about that. Then Lewis says because there's no way to see them. Dallas is not on the regular book tours for the authors. Yeah, okay, I see. So Tracy says, "Oh yes, the new internationals. I started that and put it down only because of being distracted by Buddy Reed. The pages I read were good so far. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna start reading it tonight and see how it goes. I'll see if I can read tonight. Hey Margaret, how are you? I look from a cafe, something delicious. Okay, very nice. Nicole said 11/22/63 is also a TV show. Quite possible. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Nicole said, "What is violin-based fiction?" But like, I guess where a violinist is the main character. I guess. Um, yeah. Bertie said it was for my journalism. Oh, it was for journalism, part of my degree, and it was looking at the news and how they handled covering the assassination of JFK. It was really interesting. Yeah, that sounds interesting. I'm a little bit to Nicole. Books by Brendan Slocum is writing. Oh, all his books have violins in them. Is right? They all have violin musicians in all of his books. I did not know. Cher said her favorite thing about 11/22/63 was the butterfly effect exploration mind bender. Okay. Tracy, Amalola said the violent conspiracy and sympathy. Oh, I didn't know he had written another one that was called Symphony of Secrets. So this is a real music based writing. Very interesting. Well, I'm gonna let you see how it goes with the violin conspiracy and see because I don't know. I don't know. There was something about description just did not speak to me. And I love violin. I even own one. I take violin lessons. So I don't have anything against that. Um Melissa says up the other book he wrote is Dark Maestro. Okay. So they all have music themes. So I guess they all have violinists in the novels. Well, I'm not mad at that. I could, get down with that. I just know it's my cup of tea. Bertie said, I enjoyed Symphony of Secrets more than The Violent Conspiracy. So which one was first? It was The Violent Conspiracy was first, or was it the other one? I don't know. Hey D, you doing? What you up to? Happy Friday. What are you reading? And how is the BookTube prize going? Oh, said he's creating his own genre of books. Well, I don't know about that because that exists already. I have read other books that have music themes, within the book. It's not, that's he's not the first person to do that, but he will be one of the only authors that's written all of his books about violin players. That might be a fact. Let's see. Okay, Tracy said his books are centered around music. They're mysteries, but not heavy. Yeah, okay. Bertie said, I believe the Violent Conspiracy. Okay, so the Violent Conspiracy was first. Then it's this other one, Dark Maestro, and this other one, I can't remember what you said the name was. Are these books? Is this like a series, or are they three different standalones? Amola said he himself is a violinist. Yeah, that I knew. Too many strings. Oh my God. Is it a series? Or does it have the same people in there, or is it different? Because I don't know. I'm curious. Oh, they're standalones. Okay, even better. Mm, I did not know. I did not know. So we are slowly but surely getting towards the middle of the year, and that is freaking scary to me. Like how fast the year is arriving. I mean, we are in May, about to hit mid-year already. Damn. Um. Oh, said I don't know. I just wanted to go to an author event. Probably ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You might like it. His stuff. You know. I just can't believe how much time has flown by this beginning of the year. It's just been that's crazy to me that we're already in the month of May. Absolutely nuts. Amala says the faster we go, the faster we can get out of the 4 year. Oh, Jesus. You think we're gonna make it to year 4? I doubt it. At the rate he's going, we'll be lucky to make it to year 2. Nicole says, I told myself I'd plan my vacation in advance this year, and the year wait, and look, the year is almost over, shaking my head. Yeah. Rosa said, I can't believe we're at month 5. I can't. Tracy said, due to the current administration, it feels like the longest year ever. Yeah, now that's another story. Yeah, I agree. It does feel like it's very long. But I still can't believe. I feel like we just started, 25, and I'm just like, what? We're already May 2nd, 2025. Like, come on now. Whew. Let's see. Cher said, right? It's on 100 years so far in this term. God. Nicole said, she laughed. She says, each day is a year. I know. Tell me about it. It's something like a year in dog years. Amala said, did people do a lot of shopping during the independent bookstore? I could not. I had my book club that day. So I could not really shop like I wanted, but I did order some books from um, from Blackwell's, but did not have time to go out or the past actually do Yeah, no time. Worked all the morning on Saturday, and then the afternoon was the book club. Where we all thumbs down while discussing the housemate. Oh my God. Um, Wait. Okay, D said got disconnected, just finished the creation of Half Broken Things. Uh Started Everything is Fine Here, booktube reading There Are Rivers in the Sky by the fuck. I need to put that on my list. I need to put it in my cart because that's another one I want to read. Cher said, I shop every Tuesday when the new book drops in my libraries from my couch. Oh yeah, girl, that's the best way to do it. You don't spend no money and you don't have to get dressed if you don't want to. I'm Melissa to share 100 years of so much crap. Yeah. Tracy said every single day it's more garbage with that administration. Bombarded daily with insane executive orders, shaking my head. The executive orders that people are acting like they're law. It's like, this shit is not law. Why are you guys acting like it's law? Um, Bertie said I stopped at an independently owned used bookstore. They sell new books and used. I purchased one used book and I found a brand new copy of Bleak. Ooh, what edition is your edition of Bleak House? So good. You all didn't like the housemaid. No, hell no. Everybody, there were six of us were there out of the 15, and all six of us, no, five of us were like, mm. There was one of us who liked it. She gave it 4 stars. Everybody else gave it somebody gave it 3, somebody gave it 5 or 4, no 4, and the rest of us gave it 1.5 or something. Like what? No. But then in our WhatsApp chat, later on that evening, one of the members popped in and she said, how did the discussion go? I really like this book. What did y'all think? Oh God. And somebody quickly responded, thumbs down to the book. It was terrible, or something like that. So there you have it. Yeah, we weren't happy with that one. Because we all said the same thing. It's like it feels like some kind of a first draft, like something else. Like it needed to be filled and it needed to the characters needed to be developed and all that. So yeah. Anyway, so we had our session on the housemaid, and the fact that so many people like it and that it's New York Times bestseller. I think all of the ones in that series are on the list. Yada yada yada. So we talked about all that mess. Amalala says, "Oh, good. You all didn't like the housemaid. I feel vindicated." DL said, "Oh, the book club didn't like the housemaid. No, not at all." Nicole said, "I did buy some books lately, not for that day. Only buy books if I only buy books if I can't find them in a library." Yeah, okay. Amalula said that Cher is smart. Yes, she is. Okay. So they said got a signature classics with the green cover. Let me go look that up. The signature classic with the green cover for Bleak House. Um, I'm said, yeah, see, I love going to used bookstores and finding new copies at a used price. Yeah, I like used bookstores as well. Tracy said exactly, what the hell are they so scared of obeying the mess like law? My flabber is gasted. Yeah. Tracy said the housemaid, Lord. Nicole said he starts them off with power vested in me. Oh, Jesus. Nicole said, or authority vested in me. Amala said, this is how the one I read, the inmate felt unfinished. Yeah. Well, I feel like that's kind of like her style. I mean, but I don't know because I'm not in the same book by her. But I have a feeling it's a little bit of the same. Uh, Melissa Birdie, it's pretty ish. Hey, Curly Q, how are you? How are you? What are you reading? Um, yeah, I think it's. I would say that the style of writing is probably the same in that entire series. I don't think she's capable of writing. I think that's the thing that works. I don't think she's going to change it. But he said, I've never seen a signature classic in the wild, so I grabbed it. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what that looks like. Wait, let me see. Mm, mm, mm. Um, Amalua says she has bleak house and a penguin black spine. She may read it at the end of the year. Tracy said she's a campy, no real substance writer. Yeah. I'm gonna say overdue for some Dickens. I am too overdue for some Dickens. Wait, no, this isn't. No, this is it. Is this it right here? Is that it? It's a pretty cover. Is that it? Because I think that's what it says signature editions. Let me know. I think a bunch of people wanted to do a read along Bleak House, but I don't know when we would do this read along. If we did a read along of Bleak House, it's long. I mean, I could see maybe doing it in the fall, like late year, like October, November, something like that. But I don't know. Okay, that's a pretty one. Yeah, that one is really pretty. That edition of Bleak House. I have two editions. I have the Penguin English Library edition, and I have the Vintage Red Spine edition. So the cover is modern on the vintage Red Spine one. Let's see, Tracy. An Untamed State by Roxane Gay is excellent, but so heavy. All of the books are so good, but so heavy. Yeah, they all are. Um, oh yeah. So Curlicue said, great. Has read 50 pages of Untamed State. Left hard to believe this was her debut novel. Amazing and deep. Yeah, it is. That was one good book, but I had to read right on through that boy, bad boy. Like there was no putting that down for too long because you got to really get your talk about get your mind right because that book right there is heavy. Uh, let's see. Okay, Bertie said if we do a read along of Bleak House, she's ready. Kay said I like campy. So if we did Bleak House in October and November, who would be up for reading Bleak House in October and November? I'm just interested to see who would be interested. Lois said, I'm not saying this in a weird way, but not sure Roxane Gay is happy. Her books leave lumps in my throat. I know, right? Oh, child. Well, I look at it this way, Amalula. She's getting something out of her that has to come out. And I guess it comes out really strong and harsh in literature, but that's like her therapy to get it out of her. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if she still had, if she is, slightly unhappy, but I think it's her therapy. It's her way of exercising that out of her. Um, when she writes these stories. Um, Curly Q said, next up, finish Crazy Rich Asians. I'm overdue for something lighter. Yeah, I can, girl, I hear you on that. Amala said, and that's after books. Yeah, I know, right? Okay, so Bertie said she's in. Amala said, oh, she's in. Okay, so that's three people in for Bleak House, October, November. Uh, yeah, I think it's her therapy. That's the only thing I can come up with that makes sense. So you can tell from reading her memoir. Yeah, but I feel like reading her memoir gives you an idea of her background, but at the same time, it gives, because that was a while ago. So I think it gives us a level of how much work she's done on herself from all the stuff that happened up until when she wrote the memoir. So yeah, yeah. Tracy said I can see why people like Frida's books, though they provide a fun escape, I think. Okay, yeah, but she need to put more suspense in there if she wanted to really be, because there ain't no suspense. Curly said, I agree, Didi, about getting something out that needs to be out. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to explain that any better than that, but I mean, when that kind of stuff happens to you, you don't just forget it like that. It's not possible to just forget it and act like it didn't happen. So her way of kind of easing that pain that she feels is she throws it into her literature, and she throws it head first. I mean, with her whole chest, she throws it in there, and it's it's surprising. It's jarring. When you're reading it. Not every woman that reads the book has gone through sexual abuse or anything like that, but damn, it's jarring for everybody. Yeah, you definitely, that's not something reading if you have had, have been sexually abused, something like that. That kind of literature can be triggering, for people that have had these issues. So I was like, I never give people, how do you call them, trigger warnings. Yeah, I was never really that kind of person to worry about trigger warnings. But then when I started reading the Roxane Gay thing, I was like, yeah, I feel compelled to say, trigger warning, careful out there, if you are, gonna read this, because it can be triggering. And I think you have to say it for that. Um, okay, so you would be interested in Bleak House as well. Okay, that's good. Amala said, I read that short story collection, that first story. Oh yeah, Difficult Women almost sent me into a spiral. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Curly Q said, Tracy, I still find it makes sense, and ended up pissed at the end of the three I've read. Ay, ay, ay. Hey Keisha, how are you? Thanks for stopping by on your break. How you doing? What you reading? Nicole said, would be interested in Blake House, but don't hold me to it. Okay, no problem. Nicole said, difficult women made me never want to read her books again. But then I did read Hunger. Hunger is fantastic, and you should read her other book, that first one that she wrote, which is called. Oh, I can't remember the name of the first one. What was the first one called? Um, the first one. Go read the first one. It's really good. But I can understand that, Nicole. I can totally understand that. Hola, hola, Alba. Yeah, okay. So Alba says she's for house. Okay, cool. Kay said, I'm not reading Roxanne. I'd rather read something than that soul destroying literature. Yeah, it can be pretty rough to read. I totally understand that too, Amalula and Kay. Rosa said, I have Hunger on my shelf, but I haven't had the heart to read it yet. I did read Bad Feminist. I really enjoyed Bad Feminist as well. That's what I was trying to think of the name. I couldn't think of it. Yeah, I really like Bad Feminist. I recommend you read Bad Feminist because that also it tells you about her, but it's very cool the stuff in it. It's not soul destroying anything like that. It's very much telling you some different aspects about the things that she does and that kind of thing, and about her writing being a feminist. It's very very good. That let's see. Amalola says to Rosa, not that bad. Actually, that bad in content. Good read, but really, oh yeah. But I would say that not that bad is the kind of book that some people need to read because then they can be much more in tune to the situations people can get into that can cause them to wind up being sexually abused and stuff like that. But it's also a heart wrenching book to read. I think it took me a month and a half to read. Not that bad. Nicole said, I still think about those girls in the first story in Difficult Women. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Paula said, exactly. It was almost too much. Yeah. That's why I feel like she's exercising it out of herself in her writing. That's what it feels like to me. She said, hey, the read, I definitely understand that. Curly Q says, I've never read Dickens, but I'm always open to expanding my literary experiences. Now, I'm gonna lie, y'all. Bleak House is like 1,000 pages or something. So if y'all not up for that, I totally get it. Have to be just abstain, not a problem. Just so you know, okay? Don't say I didn't tell you. Um, Curly Q said, no, Kay said, books don't fit me. I can pretty much anything, and I don't want or need trigger warnings for books. That being said, Penn State shook me never again. It shook me too. Tracy said, if you're gonna read Roxanne, please read something super light afterwards. Yeah, or just read Bad Feminist. That's really good. Gives you a sort of sense of who she is as a writer and as a feminist. And then if you read Hunger, this is where you're going to get into some of her demons. You know, so you're gonna have to be ready. But if you read Different Women and you read Not That Bad, like those are two extremely hard books to read. I mean, I've even known people to start reading Difficult Women, and after the first story, they shut that shit down. They didn't read nothing else. So yeah, you gotta get your mind right. You're gonna be reading that. Let's see. Keisha said, still reading King of Thorns. She says, my reading time went into playing Mario Party and Disney Dreamlight Valley and a kid's baseball game left on. Also, I cleaned out my closet slash. Now I can see the floor. Girl, you got to do what you got to do. Curly Q says, listening to you guys talk about Les Miserables, that helped me with a trivia clue over the weekend. Really? Okay, cool. What was the trivia clue? Yeah, I want to know. I love a good trivia. Tracy said to Kay the reader, things was so very rough. Don't even think about difficult women. No, difficult women is even it's kind of even it's the same level of trauma in my opinion. It's the same level. Um, but I mean, if you get an untamed state, the dad in that book is just Dad. The dad. Mm. Okay, so what I'll do for Bleak House is I'll put something on my community page, which I also put on my Instagram, saying we're gonna, read along for Bleak House, and I'll probably open something over on the story graph, and it'll be in October and November we'll read together. So I'll see if Michael wants to join me. I think Tatiana now will join because it's very long, and I don't know if she's that interested in reading Bleak House. But I know Michael might be, so I might ask Michael if he'll join us as well. And we'll try to make like a group. It was general bar trivia. Oh, it asked about the war and how this turned into a novel about the same topic and gave the years 30 years apart. I said that Les Miserables, like, yay. Um, okay, and then Nicole said also felt like she was right about the same woman in a lot of the stories in Difficult Women. Yeah, possibly. This is oh wait, Bleak House Questions? Yes. Okay, come on, Tracy, you're gonna join. You know it's 1,000 pages, okay? You know. It looks a lot like this book. It looks a lot like this book. Just to let you know. Um Curlicue said, well, uh, based on this convo, I'm done with Roxane Gay's novel. I felt like I also want to fight the dad on site. Yeah, right? That dad, honey. Yeah. That's cool. So there's a bunch of people in here and interested, so that's great. We're gonna look forward to reading Bleak House, one of the novels by Dickens that is the most, I guess, praised of all of his. Although, like, I need to catch up on, I need to get back into the groove because there's some that I have not read. I think I've only half of them I need to read. I need to read the other. I should have read at least half of the other half already, and I have not because last year I read Dickens last year, and so that has put me back. Let's see. Amalula said she's gonna rush to finish all her other long books before that. I'm gonna try, but I don't know. I have to swap a book out or something. We're gonna see. I don't know exactly where I am on my list. I need to look and see where I am. I think I'm reading two of them this month because I'm reading um Rouge et Noir. This one is 686 pages. I'm reading this one's 832. Um, and then we read Notre Dame. I think that was in March, so that was 700 pages. And I don't think I've read anything else that's on my mammoth book big list. I have to look and see. I don't think I read anything, so I'm gonna have to see what I have left to read for that. Wait, let's see. Tracy said, I don't mind big books. I've read the Alain Locke book twice. Yeah, girl, if you can read that twice, you good. I'm a little said, or swap. Yeah, okay. I'm a little said, I really want to read Anna Karenina here. Yeah, I wanted to read that one this year as well, but I opted to push it to next year because I had, a bunch of other classics that I was going to be reading. I thought, ooh, that's gonna I'm not gonna make it. So I think I'm gonna leave Anna K to next year. Tracy said huh? A big old mammoth book, never hurt anyone. No, but I know a lot of people don't relish it. They don't love it. They don't love it because it's hard to keep reading the same book and putting the same covers. every day for a month and not finishing. Because I feel the thing is that a lot of people, they like the idea of finishing a book. That's what they strive to. Let's finish this book. When you're a long novel, you're supposed to be loving the idea of spending time in the story. So you don't mind if the book is 800 and something pages or 1,000 pages, because you're loving being, involved in the stories. I know some people have trouble with that, and they have trouble with reading a big book and then reading a smaller one alongside it. It's possible, you just have to read something that's profoundly different from what you're reading, that's the big novel that you're reading. But yeah, so we will see if other people want to join in on Bleak House. And yeah, that'll be our end of the year kind of read. Let's see. Birdie's playing, speaking of Copperfield, I loved David Copperfield. That was a really good one. I also like Nicholas Nickleby. That one was good too. Yeah, said she loves the 1,000K plus pages, but that she is sad to see the end. Looking at you, Robin Hobb. Yeah, okay, because are her books that long? Wow. Um, he said, but if the big book is really good, it's awesome to get immersed in, of course. Shares one, yeah. 10, no, you put 10K, no, 1,000K. That really would hurt someone. Yeah, it would. 1K. Um, Birdie said, you only own David Copperfield, Bleak House, and I have all, but Dumby and Sons, I haven't read that one yet. But I want to get to, what is that one called? Um, it's the one where the family is living in the prison. Ugh, I can't remember the name of it. Hey, Curtis, how are you? Welcome. Happy Friday. What are you reading? Amalola says Robin Hobb, Assassin's Apprentice. My sister and I are reading together this month, but I'm do audio. Fantasy isn't my jam. Yeah, it's definitely not mine either. Tracy said Covenant of Water was excellent. So was Cutting for Stone. Yeah, I think both of those are really good books. Live for it. That's what I was trying to think of. Thank you. I have to open this up. Yeah, I was supposed to get to Little Dorrit last year and I never made it. So I'm gonna see, because Little Dorrit isn't on my mammoth book list, but I might swap it out if for some reason I decide to go with Little Dorrit, because Little Dorrit is like 807 something pages. It's a long one, Little Dorrit. Little Dorrit. It's about this family that lives in prison because back in the day, Dickens, when he was a child, they had debt and they had to live in the prison. And so I think the kids could leave the prison to go to school, but like if daddy was in there, for whatever, the whole family would go into prison and live. So it's called Little Dorrit, and that's what it's about. Little Dorrit is living in the prison with her family. So I was supposed to be diving with Comfy Cozy Up, but I had to drop out because I couldn't make it work in my schedule. I'll definitely try if I can. I might swap out one of my mammoth books because I think I have one that's not technically a mammoth book. It's not as long. Maybe I could swap that out. So we're gonna see. But this month I'm reading two. So I'm reading two this month, and then next month, I don't know, maybe I'll get to Tom Jones or something else. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Okay, let's see. Curtis said, finished reading Take My Hand. Very nice. Perkins Valdez, excellent read, 5 stars. Okay. We'll start reading Half American by F. Delmont and Dust Child by Nguyen Fan Mai. Okay. Yeah, I need to get to Take My Hand because I don't want to read The Happy Land until I've read Take My Hand so that I can read them all like in order. Because I did read Bomb and I thought Bomb was really good. Nicole said, I have never read a Dickens novel. In high school, we read excerpts from Greg. Yeah, I read. I think Great Expectations was my first novel that I read Dickens, and it was at school. We had to read the entire thing, and then after that, I read Christmas Carol, and then after that, I read I think it was Oliver Twist. Then I didn't read anything until I started reading them again a couple of years ago. So now I'm rereading everything. I'm going to reread Great Expectations because it's been a while. I didn't read Great Expectations since I was like 12 or something. So yeah, I'm reading. Okay. Nicole said no left behind, and Lola said loved Dust Child. Yeah, I remember everybody was talking about that book when it came out. Tracy said, "Oh yes, Little Story by Dickens. I remember not being able to finish that one years back. I blocked my mind. Oh my God." Curtis said, "Half American is about African Americans who fought in World War II." Okay, now that sounds interesting. Is that fiction or is it nonfiction, Curtis? Hey Val, how are you? Going to be spearheading a read along of Bleak House in October and November. Are you interested? Um, it's nonfiction. That sounds really good. Is it very long, Curtis? And how is it reading? Like is it reading well? Or is it like one of those reads where you just go, oh my God, it's a tough read. Hey, Lejoso. Hey, Olivia. ¿Cómo está? Uh, oh no, she DNF'd it many years ago. Well, try it again. Mm, I think all the ones that I've read up until now, I pretty much really like, except I think it's the old Curiosity Shop. That one is, I mean, it's all right. I would say like I would give it a 3 stars. But Nicholas Nickleby was really good. David Copperfield was really good. Christmas Carol was, of course, really good. Oliver Twist was really good. There was one more that I read. I can't think what it is. Can't think what the other one is. Oh, look who's in the house. Comfy cozy up. Hello. Peter said, loved the writing in Bleak House. She loved it. She loved it. Um, welcome, Peter. What are you reading? That's no girl. Curtis said it looks like it is a little over. Oh, okay, it's a little over 300 pages, but you haven't started yet. It will be start. You'll be starting it later. Okay. Well, I'm gonna be waiting to hear what you got to say next week about the writing. Tracy said Dickens can be hard to get through. I think I liked A Christmas Carol and Oliver Twist the best. No, I think my favorite has to be David Copperfield and Nicholas Nickleby. Those are really good. Um, Alba said to Curtis that she read Half American for the BookTube Prize a few years back and really enjoyed it. Okay, so that's good to know. Lola said to Peter, show up when you're talking about kids. I know, right? She just bloop, popped into the chat. Her ears were burning, girl. Her ears were burning. She was like, I got to get this combo. Let's see. Olivia Lecozo says she's doing well. Uh, she's going to participate. Oh, you're going to participate? Very nice. So she's gonna participate with Bleak House, and at the moment she is reading Lettres à une noire de Françoise Egat. So letters to a black person by Françoise Egat. I don't know this one, Françoise Egat. Okay. All right. Well, welcome, Olivia. Come on and join us, girl. Bienvenue. Uh, Lola and love Nicholas. I did too. I really like Nicholas Nickleby as well. Um, Peter said she's laughing at Amalola saying that she hears Dickens and then she pops in the chat. Okay, so says she's at work, so she had to jump in. Very nice. You are very welcome. Let us know what you're reading now, Peter. Let's see. Keisha said, I feel like A Christmas Carol, Oliver Twist, and Great Expectations are like the popular ones. Or maybe I just feel that way because it's the only ones I've read. No, I would say Oliver Twist, A Christmas Carol, and Great Expectations are the popular ones, but they're also the ones they're popular because of the ones that most people have even if they haven't read all of those, read at least one of them at school. And I mean, I would say they've at least read two of them because most people have at least read A Christmas Carol if they've read Dickens. And if they haven't, they've at least seen the movie, so they know what it's about. And then Oliver Twist is kind of the same as well because it's been done in movie, it's been done on in theater and all that. So people kind of know the story and they know the characters. Um, and maybe Great Expectations. Maybe people like that have read it at school, or something like that. But they are the popular ones, I would say. Now, are they the best ones? I don't think they're the best ones, in my opinion, because I feel like David Copperfield is like, wow, that was really good. Nicholas Nickleby was wow, that was really good. So yeah, I need to read more of them to actually make that assumption of which ones are the better ones. But out of the ones that I've read, Nicholas Nickleby and Copperfield were very good. Nicole says to Keisha, well, they are a part of Western culture. Yeah, they are. Tracy said, we're thinking about visiting. Oh, you're on to Colmar this summer. Wow. Yeah, let me know if I can somehow figure out a way to meet with you. That would be great. Let's see. Keisha says to Nicole, that's true. I feel like those are the most adapted ones. Yeah, they are. They're the most adapted ones. Peter says she's not reading anything yet. She ended April reading Good Girl by Aria Aber. Good Girl by Aria Aber. I think I've seen this book, but I don't really know what it's about. Yeah. So yeah, that should be interesting to see. Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for dropping in. That's nice to see Peter in the chat, talking Dickens. So Peter, is Bleak House your favorite of all the ones you've read? Because you've read a lot of them. I would like to know if it's your favorite. I feel like Bleak House is a make or break novel. It seems like some people really, really love it and other people really, really hate it. So I'm not really sure what to think about that. But let us know if you're still here, which Dickens novels are your favorite. That people quote those books out of context, like some more, please. Yeah, well, of course, because that's because of the I feel like that's mostly because of the movie and because of the musical. That's why. I mean, because that scene where he goes and he says, "Sir, please, I'd like some more, please." That's like that's classic Dickens. It's the it's the most I guess you could say line that people can remember from the musical and stuff. So yeah, Albert says this will be the first Dickens I'll read after reading his biography, which turned me against the author as a man. Yeah, well, I can tell you, he ain't good. There ain't nothing good about him as a man. Okay, and I haven't read a thing about him, but you can kind of see by the way he writes. And one of the things that he does is the way he describes people. Lord Jesus, he gets into the stereotypes like nobody business. Okay, gets into those damn stereotypes. So I know he was not a good man, but some of his stories are very interesting. The way he kind of turns, this idea. And it's funny because when you compare like the British classic, like somebody like Dickens, you compare that with somebody like Zola, it's completely different the way they go about telling the story and about what they're going to focus on. Like I would say Dickens has this focus that's much more simplistic. It's not the depth is not there in the same way. If you read something like any of the books from the Who Got My Cow series by Zola, the way Zola goes in to the depth, it's amazing. It's just such a different way of looking at a story. Just amazing. Amazing. Like when Anna and I were reading La Bête Men, and I realized that La Bête Men was like a psychological thriller. I did not know. I was like, this is a psychological, this is literally, we're in the head of a like a serial killer kind of person. And he gets into this person's mind, and it is the creepiest thing you ever read. Oh my God. Amazing. Amazing. Um, let's see. Peter said Red Nine, Nicholas Nickleby, David Copperfield, Bleak House, and Little Dorrit would read again. Okay. So you see, you like me, Nicholas Nickleby, David Copperfield. You're like, yeah, I'm all here for that. Yeah, it was good. It was good. Now, I have not read Tale of Two Cities, which everybody talks about. I have not read the other one, which is with Edmund Drood, which is unfinished. I still need to read Little Dorrit. I still need to read Dombey and Son. And what there's got to be one or two others in there that I got to read. Olivia says Zola. I know, right? Zola. He comes with the goods, Zola. He ain't playing. I mean, that's some in depth right. Like when he develops the character, you are going down with the character as you're discovering what character is going through, and you can feel like you're like, ooh, child, this ain't nothing good. You feel it, and you know it's going to end badly. You just know it. But you just sometimes you don't know how it's going to end. But you know it's going to end badly. But like that development of character and of place and the combination between the two is freaking remarkable. And it's so different from reading something like Dickens. I don't know if there's another British classic writer that writes in a similar fashion as Zola. This is very, very, but if you haven't read Zola, you should definitely read Zola. You don't have to read all of the Rules on Macau series. Just read some of the big ones. Like you could read L'Assommoir, which is the drinking den. Read the drinking den. Fantastic. Read La Bête Humaine. Read that one. Really, really good. Or read what's the other one I like so much? Germinal. Read Germinal. Oh my God. Germinal will woo, read all of those. They're all so good. No, I don't think I Bet You Men is my favorite. I was just really remarked over the fact that I was reading a thriller about a serial killer to a certain extent. And I was just like, I did not know. I have no idea what I thought I Bet You Men was about, but I didn't think it was about that. So I was like really surprised when I read it, but happily surprised. I have to say my favorites might be L'Assommoir, really, really good. And another one of my favorites is the one that's called La Curée. That one was really, really good. L'Assommoir is no, you can get them in English. It'll either be called L'Assommoir or it'll be called The Drinking Den in English. La Curée was really good too. And that other one, what was it? The one, Anna, you're in here. The one that we liked so much. What was it with the priest? I can't think of the name now. Um, the one with the priest that moves in with the family and just causes havoc and destruction everywhere. That one, fantastic. Now the thing about Zola is sometimes there's certain scenes in different books that are unforgettable. Um, I won't say anything about certain ones because those scenes are damn straight up spoilers. So I ain't saying nothing. Okay, you got to read it for yourself. Yes, I did like Germinal a lot. Yeah, La Faute de l'Abbé Mouret. Ooh, babe. Child, that book right there, that book was good reading. That was some good messy reading. Um, I really did like that one. Gemini, I really liked it as well because there's also in that book. Like I've never read anything with such a dark ambiance that I could actually feel and imagine. Which is there's a scene in the beginning, spoiler, but it's a scene in the beginning. One of the characters has accepted a job to work in the mine. So he has to get into an elevator. So he's in the elevator with a young woman with the head of the, I guess, of the mine, one of the managers, and another miner. And when they're going down in the elevator, all the way down in the mine, the way he describes that is unforgettable. Unforgettable. You can feel like how dark it is, how you can't see your hand in front of your face, you can't see the person standing next to you. As you're going further down, you're the atmosphere is changing around. It's just amazing the way he goes about telling that it's doing that description. So good. The father is the English translation of La Faute de l'Abbé Mouret. Let's see, Anna to Amalola, Anna Karenina, and she put her hand on her face. Didn't care for her, but enjoyed the other characters and great nature descriptions. Yeah, that was Anna's top two. Was La Faute de l'Abbé Mouret, the Senegal. Yeah, that was definitely because That book was surprising all the way around. Like we didn't know what was going to happen, but we were reading the description, the story as it's going on. Literally, your mouth is hanging open at the time because you can't believe how this story is turning. You're just like, huh? He did what? They did what? I mean, you just got the whole time. Cannot believe it. Cannot believe it. I tell you, best read ever. Get yourself a Zola. Get one of them books from from the Book on My Cow series. Either get the Dream Den or the Sin of the Father or the Curé or what was the other one that I really liked? The one with the shops. That was really good. You know, so so good. So very good. Let's see. Yeah, a lot of people don't care for Anna Karenina. They don't like Anna K at all. Anna K got air. She got issues. She's a problem woman. Nobody seems to like her. It's a lot like the young woman that's in the one by Flaubert. What's her face? I can't think of the woman's name. But it's same. It's similar kind of character, young woman, frivolous, only cares about money, doesn't care about anything else, just making bad decisions, one bad decision after the next. So there's a similarity with that one. And except Flo, yeah, Madame Bovary, but Madame Bovary is a lot shorter, so it's probably more doable and acceptable than Anna K because K is kind of long. Alba said, I didn't care for Tolstoy's moralizing about her over, of course, the man. Oh, yeah, this is the problem, is this moralizing. That's one thing I did like though about Zola is he let everybody get in, do their dirty work, whether it's a woman or a man. And the only thing he did sometimes I think he wasn't very he has this idea of putting women on pedestals to a certain extent, and that's just kind of like weird to me. Like you'll have the good woman and the bad woman sometimes, and that's kind of like, meh. Let's see. Olivia says really loved Anna Karenina the novel. Okay, you see, I feel like this is another one of those novels that either people absolutely hate it or absolutely love it. So I don't know. It's still on my list to read. So yeah. But I have not read any Tolstoy. So there's that. I'm probably going to need to read some Tolstoy at some point, but I don't really know. I really don't know about that reading Tolstoy. So let's see. Tracy said nobody likes Anna K. Peter said I love the drama, especially the ending. Yeah, well, everybody know the ending. How can people know the ending if they hadn't even read the book and they know the ending? But I remember you said you weren't a fan of Anna either, Anna K. You were like, I don't know about this Anna K. She's a mess. I remember you saying that. But I remember you saying also that you did like the messiness of it all. But I don't know, Russian lit and all the damn names. That's what gets me. I don't know if I'll be able to read all that because they be changing names and stuff on these characters, and these names don't even these nicknames don't even fit. Like they don't even fit the real name. So yeah, Peter said she was a mess. Yeah, she was. Apparently, she was a mess. Let's see. Rosa said, "What I remember about Anna K is that it showed a lot about Russian society at that time." Yeah, yeah, it did. That's what everybody says. Cher says Anna Kay was one of the rare times I liked the movie more than the book. Okay. The book had moments of greatness with too much blah 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 in between those scenes. Yeah, okay. That see, it depends because there's always a sense of moralizing in some classics sometimes. And that's where it can sometimes feel heavy handed, is when they start to moralize the way the characters are behaving. So, for example, what I like in Zola is that he don't even try to moralize. Zola just be throwing them out there, doing all kinds of willy nilly crazy stuff, and then you're the one that's moralizing each one of the characters on your own, because you just can't take it anymore. You just can't take it anymore. Um, Peter said the book better. Oh, the book was better than the movie. Yeah, I guess I haven't seen the movie and I ain't read the book, but I'm gonna read the book. I'm gonna read the book. But I just, yeah, because it's the names for me. That's the thing about Russian lit, is the names. Because I have Anna K, and then I have, what is the other one? I have Dr. Shivago Shelf, and then I have Crime and Punishment, and I think I have the brothers Karamazov. Those are the four that I have in Russian lit, I think. And I've read Zippo. So we're gonna see. One day I'm gonna break down and get to, you know, to reading one of these Russian lit things, because that's not good. I should have read at least one by now. Olivia said I did not like the movie, and Tracy said, "Oh, that's so true." What Rosa said, that that Anna K was a lot showing, Russian society at the time. Wait, let's see. Peter said Crime and Punishment her off. Good job. It pissed you off. Oh my God. Okay. All right. But that's the one I think a lot of people say they like, Crime and Punishment. And also people say they like other as well. Um, why are you smiling, Anna, when you write Dr. Shivago? Because Dr. Shivago, I mean, I saw the movie years ago, but that's it. I ain't read the book. I'm sure the movie is nothing like the book, but yeah, it's another one that I have that I could actually pick up at some point. So yeah, Russian lit is special though, and it's, a lot of people, yeah, have a lot of trouble with it for different reasons. Okay, honest, didn't like it at all. That man, oh God, we go another one. Peter said, "I'm waiting for the real punishment." Oh Jesus, yeah. So you see, that's the thing. Sometimes we're okay with the whole thing, that it works, and then sometimes it's infuriating. And these are not short books. These are long. Dr. Trivago is long. Crime and Punishment is long. Anna Karenina is long. War and Peace is long. All of these Russian classics are like hella long. They're not like, it's not something you pick up like, oh, I'm gonna read, get through the Boris Karamazov, really quickly. So it's something that you have to like prepare yourself, for some of the difficulty of it. But eventually I will have my coming to Jesus moment, and I will want to read that novel, Crime and Punishment. So yeah. All right. I'm out, you guys. It is already 7:19 here. This has been great discussing everything with you guys. Everybody seems to be reading. If anybody wants to know, the last minute who's popped in, I'm reading Le Rouge et Noir, which I'm reading with Anna. This is our May read in French. I'm still reading Potato Factory, and I will be starting the new internationals. So that's what I am reading today, this weekend, and into the following week. So with that, have a lovely weekend, and we'll see you next Friday Bye bye.